Hi guys, welcome to the new session. In today's video, we are going to do some problems on the concepts that we have learned in the past few sessions. Okay, so let's get started. You have to find all the possible value of these expressions. So here, I've written three expressions. Let's do it one by one. So the first expression given to us is 1 over x square plus 2. Okay, so 1 over x square plus 2, you have to find all the possible values that this expression can have. Okay, so what's the right approach, right way to approach this question is that if you look at this expression, especially in the denominator, here we see x square, right? So x square, this thing, because the square of any number is positive, right? So from here, I can say that x square, it's going to be greater than 0 for all real numbers, right? So whenever you put any real number here, if you put 0, you will get 0. If you put -1, you will still get x square, because x square, it is square. It will give you the positive values, right? Now, I know that x square is going to be greater than equal to 0 for all x. So, but that's not what I want. But I want, what about x square plus 2? Because if I get the possible values of x square plus 2, then and I can take the reciprocals and I can find all the possible values of this expression too. Okay, so here what I will do is that I will add to both sides, right? If I add to both sides, what will happen? Here x square plus 2 and here 0 plus 2, because we have seen it before. Even we did this thing in, I guess, last to last session, where I have said that if you add or subtract any number from both sides of the inequality, then it doesn't affect the sign of inequality, right? So here it will remain the same. Okay, now to get value, to get all the possible values of 1 over x square plus 2, I need to take the reciprocal here. Okay, so this is going to be x square plus 2 greater than 2. So if I take reciprocal here, if I do reciprocal here, then what would happen? This is 1 over x square plus 2. Now, this is positive, right? And this thing is also positive because the square of any number is positive. And if you add 2 to that square, then again, still it is positive, okay? So here positive, here positive. So when you have two same signs on the either side of inequality, then what happened to the reciprocal? The sign of inequality, it changes, okay? So here it's going to be less than equal to 1 over 2, right? Now I know that this is my number line. Here I have 0, here I have 1. So this is 1 by 2, right? So I know that here solid dot, because this is included. So I know that my value, it's going to stay here. Okay, now I know the maximum value, but I don't know the minimum value, because it's always going to be less than 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is the maximum value, right, of this expression. Now you see here, before I have said that x square, it's going to be greater than equal to 0. So the value of x square, it can go from 0 to infinity, right? So here you won't mind if I put infinity here, okay? So again, when you add it to both sides, then still it remains infinity, right? And then here it follows, and when we change the sign, so here it will be 1 over infinity, and when you change the sign, it's going to be this, okay? Now this whole thing, I can write as 1 by infinity 0, and here 1 over x square plus 2. So from here, you can say that your 1 over x square plus 2. So the value, the minimum, it will lie in the interval 0 to 1 by 2. So it's going to be open closed. Okay. So the maximum value this expression will have, it is 1 by 2. And it can take any value, right, between 0 and 1 by 2, right? So this is how you have to approach this problem. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So the next one says, that we are given with this expression 1 over x square minus 2x plus 3. Okay, now see here, if you carefully look uh, at the denominator, in denominator we have quadratic equation, right? So I think we can do something to factorize it, or maybe we can rearrange things so that uh, we can, turn this quadratic equation into the product of factors or something like that. Okay, so here I have x square minus 2x, right? So what if I here write x square minus 2x, and this 3 if I break it into 1 plus 2. Okay, now if you look at this thing, okay, what it's going to be. So this thing is basically what? 1 over x minus 1 square, and here plus 2. I hope you agree with me, okay? Because so x square minus 2x plus 1 is x minus 1 whole square, and this is plus 2, so it follows, right? Now again the same thing. Now here, if you input, okay, any real number here, then this x square, it's always going to give you the 0 or positive number, right? So I can say that x minus 1 square, it's always going to be greater than equal to 0 for all x belongs to real number. I hope you agree with me, right? Now I'm more interested in finding the value of this, right? So what I will do, I will add to both sides, right? So if you add something both sides of the inequality, then it doesn't affect the sign, right? So here it's going to be x minus 1 whole square plus 2 is greater than equal to 2, right? But now, if you look at this thing, we are very close to it, right? We are very close to this, okay? Because this thing, it is written as this. And now what we have to do, we have to take the reciprocal. So if we take reciprocal, taking reciprocals, okay? So what it's going to be, 1 over x minus 1 square plus 2. It's going to be, now see here, this thing is always positive, so plus 2 will still make it positive, and this thing we know is positive. Same signs, when we have same signs, then on taking reciprocal, the sign of inequality alters, changes, right? So here it's going to be less than equal to 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2. I hope you agree with me, right? Now, this thing can be written as, because what is this? This whole thing is this, right? So 1 over x square minus 2x plus 3 less than equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now see here again the same thing. So this is going to be what? The maximum value. But we don't, less than equal to 1 by 2 means the maximum value it will take is 1 by 2, but we don't know the minimum. Now, if we come back here, here it says, yes, now here it says that this thing will have this thing, uh, this thing, it will always have value greater than equal to 2. Okay, so it means that the minimum value is 2 and the maximum it can go is plus infinity, right? I hope you agree with me. Okay, so if we follow this, then on taking reciprocal, it's going to be 1 over infinity, and we know that 1 over infinity, it is, I mean, we just make this thing 0 for our convenience, right? Why? To solve problems, right? Because this thing saves us. Okay, this result saves us. Okay, so whenever, okay, for our convenience we wanted to use it, so we never hesitate to do so. Okay, so here it's going to be 0 and here this. So from here you can see that this expression can take any value that belongs to this interval. So from here I can say that the minimum value, this expression, sorry, not minimum, but the possible values that it would take belongs to this interval, open, closed. I hope this is clear to you. All right, now move to the next. So you can see the concepts that we have, basic things that we have learned or we have been through. I mean, those things gives you new direction to think. Okay, now next is 1 over x squared minus x minus 1, right? Now, again, it's a quadratic equation. So what I have to do, I will see how I can break it. So here, x squared, okay? And here, what if I make here 2x, then I have 2 here 1 by 2, right? 1 by 2. And if here 1 by 2, then here I have to make 1 by 4, right? And 1 by 4, then here minus 1 and here minus 1 by 4. Okay, why? Because I just wanted to make a square of x minus 1 by 4, right? So this whole thing can be written as here 1 over x minus 1 by 4 square minus 5 by 4. Okay, I hope you agree with me, right? Now again the same thing. If you look at this thing, right? If you look at this thing, you put here any value of x, this thing is always going to be positive. So from here I can say that here I can write, so this is the given thing, sorry, this is the main thing. Okay, so I can say that x minus 1 by 4 square, it is always going to be greater than equal to 0 because this is square, right? But now I'm interested in this. Okay, so what I will do, I will just subtract minus 5 by 4 both sides. So if I do so, what would happen? X minus 1 by 4 square minus 5 by 4, it is going to be greater than minus 5 by 4, right? So this is what I get here, right? And now, all right, so now what I'm more interested in, I'm more interested in finding out the reciprocal of this, right? So if I take the reciprocal, then what I will do here, 1 over this thing, uh, sorry, this thing can be written as, first of all, this thing can be written as x square minus x minus 1, and it is greater than to minus 5 by 4. Now here I have a problem. Why? Because here this side I know I have negative number, but I am not sure about this side, right? Because this side, I'm not sure whether it's going to be positive or it's going to be negative. Okay, so what if let's say that if I suppose this thing as n, okay, capital N, so so n is greater than minus 5 by 4. What does it actually means? Here, you see, if I have minus 5 by 4, minus 5 by 4, then here I have 0. So what I can do is that I can break this thing into two two intervals. One is from minus 5 by 4 to 0, and another one is from 0 to infinity. Okay, so this thing can be done as, here n will stay between minus 5 by 4, to 0. Okay, and see here what I said, this one represents minus 5 by 4 to 0, and here uh, n will stay between 0 and 0 to infinity, right? Now, uh, now I hope you agree with me. Just have a look. Okay. So now what about 1 by n? Because I just need 1 by n. So if I take the, now see here, now here I know, because both here I have negative, here negative too, so I have same signs, and here positive, positive, same sign. So if I take reciprocals, what will happen? The sign of inequality will change. So if I do reciprocal here, 1 by n, so